your name, date of birth, address, phone number, email. It does depend on the site. I know some places ask for the last four of the social security number. You shouldn't need to give that out. You should just be able to put in zeros if you don't have it, or leave it blank.
Cook County has been super reliable in the last week or so, just having pretty constant access to doses. So what I do is usually check online. I pay attention to when they drop appointments, like they're going to tomorrow at noon. But the other trick that I found is that often, even when there's not anything available on the site, a really good tip is to just call them. The hotline that they list right at the front of their website is so helpful. And if anyone's struggling, they have a question, they're not really sure if they're qualified, or they're not sure if they need the right documentation, the operators on Cook County are really awesome. I've booked with them directly by phone about 3 times, and I found that to be easier than booking online. Now it's easier online. Other things that I do is I'm on Facebook, so I'm on the Chicago Vaccine Hunters. They're always updating when things come online. I try and update on the Evanston COVID-19 Community Support Group if I see things. For example, when Walgreens loads, those appointments can go quickly, so I try and alert people when those are happening. And the same with OSCO, those usually load on the weekend, so I'm always paying attention to that. I don't think it's worth your time to spend hours and hours and hours stalking one place. I think it's better to use a website like Eli's or use the Chicago Vaccine Hunters to look for updates. And then you're not spending hours and hours of time. You're just working more smart instead of working really hard. If you have any flexibility at all, Cook County is really good about offering a range of days. If you don't have transportation, and those Cook County sites are hard to get to because none of them, quite frankly, are super close to Evanston, that's when I would really start paying attention to OSCO and Walgreens. So if you have a particular day or if you're limited with transportation, those are really good options. You just have to be there at the right time. So, for example, I believe that OSCO will probably drop new appointments Friday and Saturday, maybe Sunday. And I'm almost certain Walgreens is going to drop new appointments tomorrow and over the weekend.
I'm almost certain they would accept some other proof of residency, given that they don't require like an ID. But I would just call to clarify. And then the other option is the Gary, Indiana mass vaccination site doesn't require any sort of proof of residency. So if you do have the means to get there and or Cook County doesn't work out, that's like an hour and a half from Evanston.
As a Moderna, that's about 2 weeks after. Your immune system takes some time to kick in, although you'll probably feel some symptoms, the day right after. There are many kind of stories where everyone is kind of bedridden or kind of feeling bad after their second dose. That is normal. And I think for the Johnson & Johnson, it should be 29 days after your first and only vaccine, if and when that ban gets lifted.
Taking any sort of low-grade pain suppressant like Tylenol or aspirin probably will not affect immune response whatsoever. They're working in completely different processes, to put it shortly. So if you're having a low-grade fever, or you're having aches, or you're feeling a little nauseous, feel free to take Tylenol or ibuprofen or aspirin just to help you manage those symptoms a bit. It is not going to affect your ability to fight the virus.
Follow the CDC guidelines, and I believe as of March 2021, as long as everyone in attendance is fully vaccinated and fully protected? That the answer is yes. I say in general, be considerate and think about, potentially other people you might come in contact with that have not been vaccinated.
I don't know the Evanston, specifically City of Evanston process for that. I would call the Department of Health, but I have heard that they do offer second doses. I know for sure that Cook County offers second dose appointments, and I think the easiest way to do that is to call the Cook County hotline to receive second doses. I have seen Walgreens do it. It's kind of a difficult process with Walgreens because they will only let you register right before. Take a picture of your Band-Aid or have your hands covering up the picture, but I definitely wouldn't put any personal identifying information in a public place.
I don't know how much of an issue this actually is, but also not to post the lot number and like exactly where you got the vaccine, like the healthcare professional and like the lot number of the vaccine. Just because you don't want people to eventually make fake cards with that information.